back to my channel. Today I kind of went through some speeches in the past that I've done, and I found this speech that I wrote several months ago, and rereading it now, it still holds value to me. So I wanted to share it today, especially, well, some things. Just some things that I may or may not get into another day, but rereading it this morning before I decided to make a video on it, I just feel the need that I need to share this. And it's about anger. We meet a lot of people in our lives, and with that, we encounter a lot of angry people in our lives. I don't really get mad often over things that have no point on getting mad over. I have met a few people who have no control over their anger, and I'm terrified of people who get angry even if they're not angry directly at me. Now, an interesting combination of things is that not only am I terrified of angry people, but I'm also incredibly stubborn. So if someone gets mad, yes, I will be scared that that person could lose control and hurt me, but I will not bend over backwards to please that angry person. So I'm staying out of the way, and I'm not gonna, if they don't have any control of their anger and they're being rude to me, I'll be scared, but I'm not gonna offer them a glass of water. One thing that works best for most people who are mad is to give them space and time to cool off. Let me give you an example of why my stubbornness, along with fear of angry people, is a bad combination. When I was about 15 years old, I had really bad acne, and my mom wanted to help me take care of it. She took me to a doctor who prescribed me with acne pills to take. And they were big pills, and I hated them, and I was scared to swallow them. I still kind of have that fear of, taking medication. So as you can imagine, the first night of me having to take the first pill did not go well. I genuinely tried to swallow the pill, but I couldn't do it. I was just too scared. So my mom and dad tried to help, and they tried everything. I was too stubborn to take it, but also too scared to tell mom that I wasn't ready to take it. Why was I scared? Because after 2 hours of my parents fighting with me, they finally let me go to bed and wanted me to try again the next day. They got really mad at me, and Mom and Dad, if you're watching, I am sorry. I was a wimp. As you can expect, the next day I was able to swallow the pill with ease because there were no parents around to stress me out. Everyone handles their anger differently. A majority of people will do one of two things when they are mad. One is to close up and distance themselves, and two is to lash out and have a breakdown. For me, it depends. I will distance myself and stay quiet. However, if people keep pushing my buttons, I might start raising my voice and start an argument with that person. Especially qualifies for if someone is hurting a good friend of mine. I have a harder time standing up for myself, but it's easier for me to result to anger if someone is hurting a friend of mine. People fall into category of anger and how easily they get angry. Some people are slow to anger, and others result to anger very quickly. Another category is how people react to certain things. One thing might make someone really mad, while the other person won't care at all. Maybe like a reaction to a scene in a movie or a certain object that reminds that person of something. Now, you might be expecting me to say something like anger is wrong or everyone should just be happy, but I'm not. Reality, anger is a natural emotion that we resort to. It gives us drive and motivation to solve an issue. When it comes to sadness, disgust, or fear, it is totally acceptable to express those emotions, so what makes anger so different? Depending on who you are and how you express your anger, if you don't express anger in a healthy way, it can make things worse. That doesn't mean to hide the fact that you're angry. I'm saying that it is healthy to express that you are angry in a healthy way. Additionally, anger that we try to hide, a lot of people tend to close up their emotions so that no one knows that they're angry or hurting. Think of yourself as a soda bottle. If you close up and things or people keep hurting you and shaking you up, eventually you'll burst. But if people treat you respectfully and you can open up to people, it won't create a big mess. This doesn't just apply to anger though. It works for sadness, grief, if you're questioning something about yourself. For those of us who have trouble opening up and speaking up when we're in pain, we need to remember nothing will change for the better if we wait and explode like a soda bottle. Whenever you get mad at something out of your control, a good rule I like to follow is that if I know I'm not going to be mad about the same issue the next day, then it's not worth getting mad about in the first place. At the end of the day, if you can acknowledge that you're angry and can release that anger in a healthy way via listening to music, going exercise, or just going for a drive, anger can be handled appropriately. And one more thing I need to acknowledge is when someone is angry at a certain person, but then goes and takes their anger out on another person who is never involved, it is a horrible thing to do, and no one has a right to act that way. Hopefully this gives you some ideas of ways to have better control. Thank you. Voila. This is first speech I did since I got my new camera, so hopefully everything turns out okay. Hopefully I speak up enough, because I know that was an issue with my previous video. So again, if you get angry at anything, take a moment to acknowledge what you're angry about. Decide whether it's worth an effort to be angry or not. Take a moment to yourself to cool off, think things through, maybe go for a walk, listen to happy music. And sometimes, it might sound a little weird, but listening to death metal or hard rock can help. I've done it before. You notice the change when you listen to death metal and heavy rock. So try that out. And if it helps even more, go and talk to someone who will understand. Go talk to them, and they might figure out a way to cheer you up. Anyway, have a good day, and I will see you guys next time. If I can find the off button.